celestial saviors of the new earth rising. Day by day, in every way, we inch closer and closer to the great event, what we call the quantum leap of consciousness, the great awakening, or some may call the rapture. But that's a story for another day. As many of you have witnessed, today was very synchronistic with the Schumann resonance, an ancient divine symbolism of many different spiritual lineages. We had a 72 hertz spike with a short period of a blackout, of the void, of the stillness. And if you saw my post that I did on Patreon and Facebook and also on YouTube of the 72 hertz and the connection to the 72 symbolism, and from Brostar Jason Good, he posted this about a week or two ago about the symbolism of 72. And as many of you that have been following this channel for a while, you've heard of the symbolism of the 73 and the 37, heaven on earth, 37 in as earth, symbolizing earth, or the external or physical manifestation, and 73, the internal, the heaven within, the non-physical, non-polarity into polarity, and just some of the 72 symbolism of many lineages. In the Taoism, we say there are 72 immortals. There are 72 steps or degrees of Jacob's ladder, according to the Zohar. Also, we've seen in several traditions, ancient lineages, there are 72 steps or levels to the kingdom of heaven, and 73 being heaven itself. There are 72 names of God and 72 angels, according to the Kabbalah, but this is taken from other ancient religion, or we say spiritual practices, and I would say there are 72 names of God, and the 73rd being God itself, 72 letters in the great divided name of God, and 73 meaning the one of all the letters together, 72 languages split from the original Adamic language after Babel, 72 demons of Goetia, 72 disciples sent out by Jesus, 72 sainted disciples of Confucius, Kongqiu, 72 scholars translated the Septuagint in 72 days, 72 disciples and accomplices of Set encased Osiris in a coffin, 72 stupas of Borobudur, the world's largest Buddhist temple, 72 paranatalians, extra zodiacal constellations that rise and set with the zodiac, 72 years in each degree of the precession of the equinoxes, 72 degrees in each angle of a pentagon, and 72 is the atomic number of hafnium, a primordial metallic element coming from the Big Bang, and from Luke 10:17. When the 72 disciples returned, they joyfully reported to him, Lord, even the demons obey us when we use your name. So we have a lot of symbolism, and today it appeared in the Schumann charts. We also had a short blackout period of the still point, which in that time, that was the 0 point, the stillness, where we recalibrate our higher self and our teams, our celestial teams, recalibrate, upgrade, transform our DNA as part of the healing and transformation as we transition from lower 3D energies into the 4D and the fifth dimensional resonance. And a very interesting and powerful image appeared when I checked the earthquakes over the last 24 hours on earthquaketrack.com. And what appeared on the image of the map of the earth was an exact image of the Big Dipper. It also looked like a sine wave we call the one law, pulse of the universe. So we had 9 points that formed what looked exactly like the Big Dipper. Now I'm going to read these off to you. The Big Dipper is one of the most important and powerful zodiac signs in Taoism and the Taoist arts. The Taoists believe that the star constellation of the Big Dipper is the seat of the celestial bureaucracy of the gods. Sometimes they see the 9 stars, 2 invisible attendant stars, one on either side of the star Alcade, So we had the 7, which is connected also to the 7 swans, which I've been talking about over the last couple days, and the 7 angels with the trumpets. The Big Dipper holds the celestial waters, the sacred divine feminine water, and the bowl or the cup part of the dipper was stationed points in the Americas, in North America, through the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, down into the Andes. And then the handle of the dipper went across the ocean and across the Pacific Ocean, from the east to the west, all the way to Greece. So I'm going to read these off and tell you the magnitude of each, and each one's very symbolic, and the depths. So the first, we start at the tip of the cup in Argentina in the sacred Andes Mountains. And of course, that was a 4.4 with the divine 44 energies flowing in, and very deep, 271 kilometers depth. Then we go up to Puerto Rico at a 3.0, and that was more shallow at 13 kilometers, and 13 is divine feminine, the goddess energy. Then in the third point in Central California, 3.3 with the 33 energies. Most of you know the symbolism of the 33, and that was also very shallow, 9 kilometers. The one in Puerto Rico, 13, so 9 connected with the 9 points. The 7 seen and the 2 unseen or hidden. Then we had in the heart of Lemuria, number 4, in Volcano, Hawaii, 3.1, which is also the least shallow, 5 kilometers. Then we go to the deepest depth in Fiji, a 4.6, powerful, and that's a mirror of the 64 code, the codons in DNA, and the 64 code of La Matrica at 557 kilometers depth. And 557 kilometers is 346.10375 miles deep. So that went very deep, and that was the 5, connected with the 5th dimensional energy and the Big Dipper with 5. So we had the 55 and the 7, 557. And then we go over to the Philippines at a 4.3 at 87 kilometers depth. The 7th in the heart of China in Luocheng, 4.5 at 10 kilometers. And then we go to the Stargate in the Middle East, Afghanistan at 4.5 also at 162 kilometers depth. So we went from shallow to very deep. And then the final, the 9th gate. This is connected to the gates, the sacred gates of the upper Dantian, the caves of the brain, and Crete, Greece, sacred portal there, the Stargate open, 4.5 also. So that's a 999, and 99 is also very powerful. It's the 9 gates at 11 dimensions, 99, and Greece was also 10 kilometers. So we had the 10 in China at the higher resonance, the 162 deeper, back up to 10, and 162 is 9. So we had 10, 9, 10, 10, 10. All this is symbolic of the ascension energies and these higher resonances, higher frequencies coming in, symbolized in many ways. So you can do more research on Taoism and the Big Dipper and the power of 99, which I'll do a transmission on the 9 steps of you, YU, connected to the 9 stars of the Big Dipper. That'll be another video. Tomorrow will be a global meditation for the Comet Swan, which I'll talk about in today's transmission. Then I'll do a separate video on the transmission or the meditation that you could do anytime tomorrow. And that swan energy, obviously connected. We've been talking about this the last several days with Avalon, Guinevere, connected with Princess Diana, and also Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, divine feminine energies. So as the goddess is rising, manifesting into this realm at a much higher powerful frequency, you could see this as she is coming in, the Divine Mother, on the back of the swan, the white bird. And it also came through today, before this transmission, that the floodgates are fully open. And this is connected with the non-physical waters and the veil that has been thinning for many years now, but accelerating over the last several years since 2012. And then the last 3 building up for these great event energies. Many codes coming in today: 555, 444, 222, 1122, 1111, obviously 144. Divine Sister Ellen pointed out that 72 plus 72 is 144. So we have the 72 plus 72. Obviously, that's also 9999. We'll start today's first transmission from Divine Sister Judith Kusel. As the higher mind gets more and more activated as we go through the immensely powerful dimensional shifts, we need to become aware of our thoughts and what we think. This includes self-talk and how we interact thoughtlessly, mindlessly, without being consciously aware. Every single thought you think, especially when combined with feelings, is now manifesting into form almost instantly. For when feeling is infused into the thought through the emotional center, then that adds power to whatever one is manifesting into form and being. Why? The immensely powerful energy fields created in the 5D and the 7th, which is now manifesting and even higher. Every thought and feeling you project out is read as energy frequency. Thus you will attract that which is in the frequency band in which you project your thoughts and feelings into. You are literally creating your own world, your own reality by the thoughts you think and the feelings you have. If you think negative thoughts and then amplify them by fear energy, that is exactly what you will manifest more of in your life right now. Become aware, become alert, become aware that when you constantly allow the media or the outside world to override your thoughts and feed your mind with stories, you are not empowering yourself. It is the still mind that truly sees and hears, and the higher mind is directly linked to the heart and soul. It listens deeply to what the heart and soul intuitively knows, and then moves into highest harmony and balance with it. Monitor your thinking and feelings and what you are projecting out into the massive energy fields, for indeed, you are attracting it into your life, exactly what you think, and more importantly, fear as well. Indeed, as someone said to me the other day, this is the Armageddon of the mind that we are in now. The higher the vibrational frequency of the dimension planet Earth is operating in, the more instantly every thought manifests into form. Seek rather to be careful what you think. I always teach my students that when thoughts start churning, and or when you realize what you are thinking, then stop the bus right there. Call in Archangel Jophiel and his twin flame, Archangel Christine, and ask them to clear your mind, clear your thoughts and the space in and around you, then consciously choose to think uplifting, inspiring, and life-enhancing thoughts. Or if you can think of a whiteboard, take an eraser and wipe out every word or thought. Consciously do this until the whiteboard is crystal clear and shiny. There are immense soul lessons here in higher mastery and manifestation for those who truly seek to live and operate in the higher dimensions and step into a much higher way of life and living. From JudithKusel.com and from Grace Solaris, Arcturian High Council, the ongoing incoming energies currently pouring in are unprecedented and off the charts and divinely orchestrated to catapult the tipping of the iceberg mass awakening that is needed and inherent in this light itself as we move towards the eclipse rite of passage portal, the beginning of June, and the frequency is exponentially increasing massively leading up to this fake it or make it right to get it right. To make it, we need to be available. We need to see, feel, hear, and use all our senses, including our spiritual senses, clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, full feeling intelligence of our heart, and to see beyond the veil of illusion, to move through the eye of the needle, and become sovereign, self-empowered, independent beings of light. We need to open ourselves to receive the dispensations of light sent to us from on high. Latest, the 2 comets, the Swan and the Atlas, which both will grant us the needed divine feminine and divine masculine light coordinates to navigate into the new golden age, new heaven on earth. The great amount of high vibrational plasma being ushered into the planet is unprecedented, and it will continue to increase, as this is generating the rise in light frequency needed for Gaia to completely shift into the fifth dimensional timeline, and each of us is complementary to our developing silicon-based cellular compound. Our bodies are becoming more and more crystalline and are gradually shifting from carbon to silicon-based compounds. The Arcturians are master healers and have been supporting the planet in its ascension for many years and are offering ongoing DNA upgrades that supports us in up-leveling our DNA to being able to expand our consciousness, but also our physical ability to host these high vibrational energies that are needed for us to actualize our ascension and rise enough in frequency to embody the galactic consciousness that is needed to exist and prosper in the higher dimensional timeline realities of infinite potential that enable us to embody and anchor the new Earth Eden template. They have showed me that the purpose of this next upgrade is to configure the neural circuitry of our brain to what they call nuclear consciousness. I understand it as a sort of quantum consciousness, where we become a living online Akashic field or universal consciousness library, like a satellite, or should we say star portal. The neural circuitry in our brain determine how we process energy and information and is linked with our heart intelligence, electric circuitry, to process the huge bombardments of galactic plasma of extreme high frequency and UV color spectrum pouring into the planet. This upgrade will be extremely beneficial. How our brains perform is determined by our brain's ability to conduct and process information and energy without going into overload, which can cause damage or tension in our central nervous system. Many of us have already felt how our central nervous system is challenged by the high frequencies coming into the planet. Likewise, a copper cable can conduct and transduce information faster and more precisely than a common cable. They also made the analogy that when you put a 100-watt light bulb in a socket that can only span 40-watt, great tension is created until the point when there is an overload and the fuse blows. So the purpose of this upgrade and activation is to quantum shift our neural pathways and electrical circuitry to easier handle universal quantum intelligence, which will take us to the next level, supporting our mastery of our multidimensional toolkit, which consists of telepathy, telekinesis, bilocation, teleportation, rejuvenation, and much more that we are yet to discover and remember. However, to be able to do this, our bodies need to rise in frequency and be able to handle the high UV spectrum plasma that is ushered in to support us in this, and for us to navigate intergalactic space in our light vehicles, including our physical crystalline bodies. It is indeed mandatory. So if you feel called to join us for this activation, you are indeed part of the galactic ground crew forerunners, are in the knowing that interdimensional traveling and your galactic gifts are indeed real and inherent abilities that we need to reignite and remember. However, the importance of rising our frequency is paramount, and thus the Arcturians are supporting us with these DNA activations to upgrade our DNA, as humanity has suffered severe fragmentations of our DNA by the Archons and various malevolent entities that had their own agenda throughout human evolution. It is time we reclaim our true galactic mastery. So this Sunday, May 31st, 2020, you can join Grace Solaris. If you go to Grace Solaris Arcturian High Council on Facebook, it'll be this Sunday, May 31st, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. UTC, and I'll put the link. There will be a link in the description below to today's transmission. There'll be a link underneath Grace's transmission. Now today, from Lisa Transcendence Brown, Awakening to Remember multidimensional New Earth light letter. Thank you for your service as light. It's beyond important for all. Aloha, beautiful soul star light beings in form. I was observing what is important to say to you right now and sought to thank each one of you and everyone for living your highest as light, for showing the way showers, for holding immense unlocked New Earth codes and templates within your own body field form embodiment, and maintaining openness, love, kindness, generosity, compassion, and care, while standing in immense inner strength power to lead the way, and being relentless in your focus and dedication to live a unified existence, oneness, while assisting with various transitional phases that present along the way. Thank you for uniting as vibrationally and energetically appropriate aligned, for working, creating, coexisting through divine sacred union and new earth partnerships. Thank you for living oneness and for remembering all is love, remembering why we are here, and for applying new to everything you live, breathe, speak, and do, opening up huge portals and passageways of infinite possibilities and potentials for all to embrace and actualize. Thank you for remembering that all is through unity, and that division and duality are just so all can see, clear immense distortions, and to assist with the deep inner work through immense, previously invisible programming, conditioning, illusions of separation, and self-imposed limitations through believing fears, distorted linear perception, and fixed beliefs, matrix programs that separate all from this. Thank you for shining light on all that was perceived as dark, and for dissolving, transcending the separation you once held, hid from, and didn't want to see, and for busting through those strong defense protection mechanisms that were your binding to 3D realities. It's beautiful how with every opportunity that presents you show up as pure source consciousness light through your own purity and love, naturally inspiring all around you to also create all new realities by embracing their own inner guidance, knowing too, because you see how capable they are when supported, uplifted, and inspired to do this like we all do, and that feeling of simplicity and pride they have when they accomplish this themselves. It's beyond beautiful to see you all uniting, sharing, working together, supporting and having a blast, living your pure joy and peace, while lighting paths and opening gateways, vortexes, for all to walk through. Passageways are important as they are how each comes out on the other side, as each exercises their own free will, conscious choice, as to which version of Earth to invest in, experience, and live, by what each consciously contributes to, supports, aligns with, creates, and allows. It's so beautiful to see so many stop saying program statements like, I, they don't have a choice, through realizing that everyone has infinite choices and that each one's hearts and minds just have to be completely open, ready, and willing to utilize them instead of hanging on to old ways as safe. So today and every day, I hold you in pure love, gratitude, and appreciation in my heart soul for every one of you holding the foundation and platforms for new earth realities in place and working to establish new systems that replace the old ones that were operating from within a corrupted timeline. Yes, it takes us all, as all created old earth, allowed old earth, unconsciously supported old earth, and participated in being old earth until the huge game-changing moment where new earth awoke, was birthed, became visible from within, and everything inside shifted, changed, and each of our own light emerged so softly, beautifully, peacefully, and profoundly through simplicity and purity, for all living from new earth fully from deep within, creating all aligned on a soul cosmic level. My hat is off to you for being courageous and no longer conforming to the old norm of the fear-based, constricting, limiting, imprisoning ways of fixed, linear, suppression mentalities, beliefs, and for busting out and forging a path through, and for holding new earth core values in place no matter what, because you see, understand, realize how important all is for every one of us. I look forward to all uniting more as entire collectives break through, out, and join us to create, build, accomplish new Earth realities for everyone to enjoy fully. Keep initiating and reconnecting through our crystalline gridding systems and plasma networks too. Thank you for bringing more pure love through you for our planet, humanity, and all ready to live new Earth fully. In utter and complete gratitude for you, your service, your sharing, and your immense contributions. With the utmost respect, love, appreciation, and reverence for all, Lisa Transcendence Brown from Awakening to Remembering.com. And from Joanna, Ashura, and friends about the Comet Swan meditation on May 27th, 2020. I'll give a review and then I'll put a separate video on the meditation itself, which I'll upload tomorrow morning or afternoon, which can be done anytime tomorrow. Greeting, dear love lights. A warm welcome to those joining us for the first time, and gratitude to everyone who held loving focus for the Mercury-Venus conjunction on May 22nd, as their blended vibration brought through another wave of ascension encodements to the Earth, completing a beautiful arc of Venusian inflow. Mercury's emanation of the silver ray of transcendence continues to vibrate into Earth's energy field. 3737 coming in unison now with Comet Swan, with the comet's higher dimensional attributes especially amplified as it passes through perihelion at its closest to the Sun on May 27th inside Mercury's orbit. Mercury's alignment of galactic central light codes translated through the 2772 mirror number of vibration, another synchronicity with the 72 Hertz in the Schumann today on May 26, 2020, tomorrow being the 27th also, which was a mirror of today's 72. Into the Earth's light grids currently includes the higher dimensional quality encodements of Comet Swan as its comet passes closest to the Sun solar portal. It sends an activation through the Cygnus alignments, nodes and light lines in the Earth in vibrational resonance with light coded from the ascended stars of Cygnus, the Swan constellation. The naming of stars, planets, comets, etc. is less random than it would seem on the physical level from a higher dimensional guided perspective. The Cygnus alignments radiate from northern Scotland across every continent, anchoring the ascended stellar attributes of Cygnus constellation within the Earth's light grids and receiving nodes. There's an image of this in the link in the description below. And then we'll also include tomorrow the Comet Swan meditation. So deepest thanks and love to everyone joining in here or anchoring ascension in any way that calls to you. And deepest thanks and love to the many beings of love guiding, guarding, assisting, and supporting this planetary shift. Love, joy, and peace to all. Joanna, Ashura, and friends from lovelightmeditationcircle.org. Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day, with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hill, sketch the trees and daffodils, catch the breeze and the winter chills, in colors on the snowy linen line. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Starry, starry night, flaming flowers that brightly blaze, swirling clouds in violet haze, reflect in Vincent's eyes of china blue, colors changing hue. Morning fields of amber grain, weathered faces, light and pain, are soothed beneath the artist's loving hand. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now, for they could not love you, but still your love was true. And when no hope was left in sight on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. That's right, my brother, Vincent van Gogh. He was Venusian, you know, just like Nikola Tesla, Edgar Cayce, Aphrodite, and us, here now. Oh, all right, now back to the broadcast. We will continue from the Archangelic calendar. Gaia is spirit dominant and will most likely be there for many, many sunrises. There is no way around this, as Gaia is calling forth the most powerful upgrades and downloads ever, even though she has already set new records already. Not so coincidentally, this marks the very prosperous and action-packed season of Archangel Ariel, which brings swift change and a positive abundance to all things. The incoming and outgoing energies that are providing us with upgrades have been nicknamed the Welcome Home energies of heaven. And metaphorically speaking, it is exactly that. The prophecies that we are waiting for are manifesting in every dimension that we exist. Keep in mind that it is going to take a very open third eye to see all of these motions clearly. Gaia has made it clear that there are 4 major natural earthquake centers in her sight at the moment: Northern Africa, Europe, Southern Asia, and the West Coast, and the Americas. This is a relevant statement because many of our earthquakes are not natural, and by telling us these locations, she is backing up the fact that these earthquakes are by her divine hand. She has also made it perfectly clear that extreme weather will be on the rise in general as well, so please be advised. This announcement is made necessary because there has been a war waged against all things natural. These events will bring divine will back to our physical dimensions once and for all. On the macro timeline that we are currently on, there are definite and obvious turning points about to take place. These moments are gigantic historical events that are about to manifest acutely, and they will be on the scale of the Boston Tea Party, Pearl Harbor, and Chernobyl, meaning this event is so large that future historians cannot ignore it. This is a macro event and spans all known timelines, as these events are attached to the free will choices of humanity, and thus cannot be changed by any outside force. In the U.S., this will be set ablaze by the inability to have an honest election, but truthfully, it will be one of the last forefronts to catch fire. There are definite solutions to this, but they need to be implemented way before things get out of hand, and that is not a likely scenario. The other major macro event on this timeline will definitely trigger many, as we see a separation of factions within the Galactic Federation of Light. We start to see this happen with the creation of the very active Sirian, Pleiadian, and Arcturian alliance, which was a friendly and cooperative semi-separation. Federation will see segregated groups more and more common, and some of them will be more disgruntled than anyone could have possibly anticipated. One can never graduate of learning is always present. The notion of a finish line for education is barbaric. We have been obsessed with endings, and because the education systems of humanity are so painful, a student leaves the confines of the educational system with an utter disdain for the quest for knowledge. Organized education needs a complete and total overhaul, as it is a large reason why we are so stunted as a human race. Your emissaries of light are like your non-physical legal team arguing on behalf of all things in your interest. It is not as black and white as this may sound, and sometimes your emissaries have to ensure that the struggles you have set up for yourself make it to your pathway as you requested of them. This is a very difficult job, and it is nothing like a role a guardian angel plays in your life. They have to see your highest purpose all the way through, and most of the time, that is a very difficult road to travel, but they must keep you on it. Archangel Zedkiel has made a promise to make sure that justice is served on all dinner plates across the planet. This is a clear statement that will have a more balanced and compassionate world to look forward to after it is all said and done. The tools for today are in the link in the description below, and the assignments, we are still working on a macro level, and thus the format will stay consistent. Use today's current tools if you need assistance performing the tasks. We are solidifying and isolating our 5D macro timelines, and thus we must keep shredding the lower timelines that are hitching a ride. When you look at the space-time continuum, you will see many strands of time, timelines. These are metaphysical interpretations to help your cognizant mind identify what it is seeing. If you are not familiar with this work, use a sword and cut all dark and dense colored timelines that you encounter. While we are waiting for the specific event that we described before to occur, we'll be using a light blue, cooling plasma to limit the effects these events have on the pure hearts. Please engulf the earth with light blue, cooling plasma for a 72 count to reduce the unneeded suffering. Another synchronicity with the 72. We have mentioned that we are laying the groundwork for some major metaphysical building projects. Continuing upon this road of engineering, we will lay the groundwork for what is to be a great marvel of our galaxy. That being said, the rainbow grid overlay assignment was a great success. Now we must bring more power flow to the overlay by sending diamond lightning through its veins. Then we could connect our rainbow overlay to the galactic center manually. Please intertwine Earth's rainbow overlay with the golden galactic grid in the center of our galaxy, Surdsey. From the archangelicalendar.com and from Shamtrul Rinpoche, Tibetan Buddhist master. Of course, you must study the Dharma to know exactly what you have to do, but you must also understand that an inch of practice can sometimes be worth a mile of theory. And from the Tzolk'in Times, Kin 58, White Rhythmic Mirror. The number 6 is called Rhythmic, and its key words are organize, equality, and balance. The 6th day is very practical. It's all about sorting yourself out and clearing out the clutter, whether that's actual clutter or simply mental clutter. Time to rebalance yourself. Each day of a wave spell has its purpose, and if you follow each step according to its energy, the 13-day journey is more rewarding. Maximize your experience during this red Skywalker wave spell and get in your rhythm today. Today is White Mirror, which represents reflect, order, and endlessness. The mirror asks you to take a good, long, honest look at yourself. Reflection is vital, as we all need regular reality checks. Some folks are afraid to face the truth by avoiding it only results in living with a fabricated reality. If you take stock honestly, you can then proceed and decide what to do next more accurately. This can only happen when we truly know where we stand. As today is a rhythmic day, clearly the truth manifests rebalancing. The guide today is also White Mirror, and so a double helping of reflecting the truth. From Christina Papagiorgio, White Rhythmic Mirror, Kin 58, 26 May 2020, 26/5/2020, equal 8/5/7/22, almost said 72 there, 854, equal 17, equal 8, 17 code, 26, empowerment through compassion, 8, infinity, abundance, source flow, 5, liberation, change, transformation, 4, form, structure, foundation. Kin 58 equal 13 equal 4. There's the 13 sync. Another powerful packed day, gap day, galactic activation portal, meaning it's another portal day. So the energies are amplified and the focus is on reflection. Day 6 in the Red Skywalker rave spell of awakening, exploration, and new adventures. Today we balance our awakening and exploration by putting all into order in our physical reality. We will be organizing the space in which we live, work, and play. Tone of creation, rhythmic tone 6 in the physical realm. Action balances, power organizes, essence, equality. The rhythmic phase is the one where this all-adventuring and radiating miracle that is you learns to walk, but consciously, precisely, with fine organizational instincts, and what superb balance we see. Very soon you have mastered walking and are up and running. Go forth and explore your territory. A great day for space clearing, energy balancing, and using feng shui to organize your living spaces into balanced and harmonious sanctuaries to nurture and comfort us. Inner balance is also featured through yoga, meditation, and physical exercise, walking, dancing, and stretching. Your old definition of your life and how it unfolds needs to be discarded. If it has not served you, unworthiness must be harmonized and transformed into deservedness, self-acceptance, and love. Yellow Star also asks you to become aware of the existing harmony or disharmony in your life. What is the mirror reflecting back to you? Be willing to appreciate or prune where necessary. Call on wisdom and love to facilitate this pruning process. Open more fully to harmony in all aspects of your life. This harmony of self and one's life becomes the foundation of freedom. Achieving inner peace and calm is then reflected outwardly in our external environment and all that we create. Our manifestations are the outwardly reflections of our frequency. By raising our vibe and reflecting our light, we automatically illuminate our world. It is time for peace to reign supreme in our lives and our world. Love, harmony, and abundance are all our natural birthright, and so it is. Today's question is, what distorted reflections are arising in order for you to restore balance and harmony to your life? Divine blessings for laying the foundation for your new sanctuary. May we restore order and balance to our planet. May peace prevail on earth. In Lakek ala Kin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 58, White Rhythmic Mirror. The mantra, the code for today is, I organize in order to reflect. Balancing order, I seal the matrix of endlessness. With the rhythmic tone of equality, I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. And entering into the power of this galactic portal, we navigate through the still point, the 0 point, into the infinite light and the infinite life within. And with all the powerful portals and stargates fully open, fully connected, merging all timelines, all realms, all dimensions, here now, through the sacred vessel, divine goddess rising up to balance out the fires with the holy water of divinity. Let us know, beloved angels of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. Thank you everyone for sharing your awareness, your stories, and your life with us in this community of warriors of light, light workers, way showers, love workers. We are all one and the same, walking this journey down the sacred path with heart. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below this video and the little bell to get notifications on future uploads and updates. I'd like to thank everyone for your support and your pledges on Patreon. If you'd like to support my work and join in my training and other teachings that I have private on Patreon, you can join us there at patreon.com/prime disclosure. 144 coming through again, and 933. I'd like to welcome and thank Amanda for your pledge and your support. I appreciate you, Divine Sister. I'd like to also thank everyone that's joined us on this mission for the Healing Retreat Center. We're using the Patreon and CBD business to raise funds, to raise money for this great mission of a healing retreat and sustainable community in sacred South America, in Andes, the sacred portal. You can join us at cbdpsoil.com to assist us in raising funds. I'd also, if you'd like more information on this, you can go to primedisclosure.com and click Tao de Ecuador at the top of the page. And as always, in the link in the description below is the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. We have over 1,000 blog articles and transmissions and videos on our website. And if you'd like to connect with my team of the Divine 44, we have a group, Divine 44, Rainbow Nation of the New Earth, on Facebook. You can join us there. Be sure to look for my video tomorrow on the Swan meditation for this global meditation on the 27th. And you could do this any day if you want to connect with that Swan energy, the Divine Feminine, Divine Goddess energies. So thank you for joining me today. Sacred Soul of Light. I love you all. Namaste.